Firefighters, paramedics, swiftwater rescuers, highline climbers. These are the men and women of Dublin Fire Rescue and Ambulance Service. The Dublin Quays, running 5 kilometres north and south, are among the busiest and most hazardous routes in the city, especially for cyclists. It's mid-afternoon and District Officer Dave Kavanagh is making his way through heavy traffic.
We're getting a report of a cyclist hit by a car just off Baxter's Walk here. So we have the fire engine from Tara Street and the ambulance from Tara Street responding. We're going to prime time traffic, so just have to be extra alert. Then all the pedestrians are happening as well. Then what tends to happen as well is where the accident occurs, they get a build up of traffic because obviously people can't get by, like, you know, kind of restricts us from, makes it very difficult to actually get down to the scene of the incident.
In road accidents, paramedics always assume the presence of spinal injury. Supervised by Station Officer Derek Cheevers, paramedics are tending to a cyclist knocked from his bike by a car. Taking care to support his head and neck at all times, they'll check his limbs for signs of paralysis before making any attempt to move him.
What's going to happen now is as soon as they have him stabilised, what they'll do is they'll actually roll him to one side in a controlled manner and then lower him onto the spinal board. So the main thing is to keep the spine as straight as possible. So by putting the collar on, that stabilises the neck. And then when we actually roll him, we'll roll him as one unit so that he actually stays in one unit, so there's no lateral movement in the spine. Once he's on the spinal board, then when he gets to hospital, they're able to x-ray him through the board and actually determine whether damage to the spine.
The mechanism of injury would suggest there is a possibility of a spinal injury. Since the Gardaí have arrived on scene and they've taken over the scene, they're looking after traffic management and the casualty has gone to hospital.
Hello, fire and ambulance.
Please, can we have an ambulance, please? Someone is gushing out with blood on their eyes.
What happened?
I haven't got a clue. I just saw the person I was walking by. She's in a state. I don't even know how to ask her.
Ask her what happened to her. Hello, my dear. What happened, that lady?
The bystander here.
What happened,
I don't know. It looks like she fell on the ground.
Okay, she fell. That's all.
And she has a big gash in her forehead. She still looks a bit out of it.
Okay.
And she's in a bad way.
Injuries aren't the only thing that ambulance crews contend with at the scene of an accident. As Third Officer Greg O'Dwyer knows, casualties themselves can be just as much of a challenge.
We're going to a lady collapsed somewhere on Parnell Square West, reported to have alcohol and has fallen and hit her head. Just looking for the case now. Quite often these people will actually just get up and walk away. They didn't want an ambulance at all. It's just a concerned passerby has called it in, which could be the case now because here we are on the left-hand side there now. She certainly looks like she needs some attention, all right.
Can you tell me your name, can you? Do you remember what happened to you? Just put your head up for me. Yeah, you have a bang on your head there. Keep your head up for me for a second, will you?
Open your eyes.
Oh, relax, you're all right. You're okay, you're okay, you're okay. Yeah. Put your head up for me. Okay, relax, you're all right. Relax, we're here to help you, okay? What happened? No. You're not down. Are you going to talk to me? Relax, we're just here to help you, all right?
With the woman resisting any attempt to bandage her head wound, the paramedics will attempt to coax her into the ambulance without upsetting her any further.
We're going to take you. Give me a hand. Give me a hand. Come on.
Quite often when you get a patient like that who has a lot of alcohol on board, they sometimes refuse treatment. There's not a lot we can do. If they don't want to go, we can't literally force them. You know, we can't actually kidnap them and bring them to the hospital if they're consciously deciding not to go. And the only thing we can do there is call the guards if we think she's in danger to herself or to other members of the public by falling out onto the roadway or whatever. We call the guards, and unfortunately the guards would have to come and arrest her, and maybe then later on when she calms down a bit she might agree to go to the hospital for treatment.
Just sit up there. Just want to put a bandage on that.
But in that case, she agreed to go. She was refusing treatment to an extent, and again, there's not a lot you can do with that until she eventually calms down and agrees to accept treatment. But it looks worse than it is. It quite often, like that, when you see a lot of blood on the ground, it's like when you spill liquid at home on the kitchen table. It looks like it's a lot of stuff after spilling, but it's not. It's only a small drop. But it's not nice for members of the public to see, especially near a bus stop like this, where members of the public would see blood on the ground. So I've mopped up as much as I can there, but now the fire truck is coming just to wash it down as well.
At Bridewell Garda Station, an emergency ambulance has been requested for the transfer of a young man to hospital. Arrested earlier for causing a disturbance and apparently under the influence of a powerful hallucinogenic, he's been physically restrained by the Gardaí for his own safety and theirs. A Garda will travel to the hospital and remain there while the man is treated.
Where's he gone? Where's he gone? Where's he gone?
He's sliding now.
Got my shoulder. We got a call from the station. He'd been arrested. We arrived for the scene. He's actually quite aggressive at this stage. We'll wait and see what they test for. Once they find out what he's taken, they can take steps and administer whatever. But I'd probably be like this now till he comes out of it. Well, I mean, most of the overdoses we do will be heroin overdoses, and they just kind of slide into a coma, you know, stop breathing. You know, this is a bad reaction to whatever it is.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you.
Calm down.
Dad!
Just relax, you're gonna bang your head.
Listen.
I am listening, just watch your head.
Unfortunately, here we are now at an accident emergency department in Dublin. We've just received a call to a Garda station in Dublin, whereby somebody has taken some kind of hallucinating drugs and he's overdosed. He had to be arrested. For his own sake now, he's had to be taken to the hospital. Unfortunately, this is one of the types of cases that we do get in the city from time to time, and it's not pleasant for the crews or for indeed the people inside in hospital now who have to deal with the screaming and roaring, shouting that's going on in the A&E. It's not the right environment for it. People shouldn't have to go through it. If ever there was a good ad to stay away from drugs, you've just seen it.
It's lunchtime at Dublin Fire and Rescue Headquarters on Townsend Street, where firefighter and cook Barry O'Rourke is busy as usual. On an average day, more than 100 staff over 2 watches will eat here.
You volunteer to cook, and if they think you're good enough, they let you cook. So I think the lads are happy with me cooking here. I've been cooking for them for about 7 years since I got it off. But it's all self-taught, you know. They grub you go along. They'll eat anything, you know, as long as it's nice. But you're only as good as your last meal, so you try to keep the standard up. Here in Tar Street, I'll be cooking for between 50 and 60 people. It's like running an orphanage sometimes, you know. I'm the what we call as the mess man. So if you want something, you clear it with me, or you ain't getting it. We try to do a lot of variety of food and stuff like that, you know. Because you can see today now we're doing roast beef, but the guys like their meat, you know, like a lot of meat. Meal times is kind of it cuts a day and a half, so there's a focus on getting to the dinner, and then the afternoon is do with the drills and stuff like that. It's a big operation, like, you know. It takes a lot of work, and some of the lads now ain't particularly happy when they're marked on the kitchen, you know. Jimmy doesn't like fat. Jimmy, there's a non-fat one, okay? It's like being a kitchen partner for a day, and that's their duty, is to clean up and to basically do as I tell them. But now, do you enjoy it? It's kind of a hub. We all sit down together. It's good fun. It's a good bit of banter around the dinner time. It's run like you would your own home. So it's like a family that way. Everyone eats together. Napoleon had his officers all sit down with his men as well. It creates a good bond. So all the officers, all the men sit down together. We eat together. Eat the same food. In our station, we have 8 different vehicles, and so that's 8 different bells. So when you're assigned to your vehicle, you listen for your bell. You just basically drop your knife and fork and go. Firemen tend to eat very quick, and you get someone to eat their dessert first as well. We give it out to them,
On the Tala bypass in West Dublin, 3rd Officer Greg O'Dwyer has just received word of a road traffic accident. A car with 4 men inside has been struck from behind.
Going to a 2-car RTA, road traffic collision, and there's a request for 4 ambulances at it, and they're looking for spinal boards, so there must be a few people with spinal injuries. Probably precautions. We'll know when we see the accident with regards to the mechanism of injury and so on, as to how bad the accident is. But generally with any kind of a road traffic collision, especially anybody hitting from the rear, there will always be precautions taken with spinal boards, etc. You see the truck parked diagonally at 45 degrees to the accident. That's the truck fending off. That means it's protecting the scene from any oncoming traffic. So it's to protect the crews working as well and any further damage being caused.
With access to the occupants restricted, the car, having survived the collision relatively unscathed, will now be taken apart.
The extrication policy is to remove the car away from the patient, not take the patient out of the car. So in other words, they take as many obstacles that they can out of the way so they can get as much access to the patient. So what I want to do is make sure that they keep people as rigid as possible in that vehicle and then get spinal protection onto them. We do a roof removal and then door removals and so on, and that means we can get good access in with the spinal boards. Because if we just try and drag somebody out of the car, we could make their injuries a lot more worse than they are already. People are working here as a team. While somebody is stabilising the casualty, somebody else is talking to the casualty. What you see as well behind you see all the orange covers. Where they've cut the roof off and cut the doors off, there's sharp edges now. Those orange bags are designed to go over them so as the firefighters or the casualties don't get any further cuts or injury.
In a matter of minutes, the car is reduced to a shell, and the rescue operation moves to the next phase.
See underneath the front wheels there, we have chocks. And the reason behind those is that the suspension in the car is going to give, and if we're leaning on the car or putting the weight on the car is going to move. That could cause further injury. So we chock the car, stabilise the car, and then, as we say, do all the cuts.
Between Dublin Fire and Rescue and HSE paramedics, a total of 15 people are now involved in the operation, not including Gardaí. Once they've been safely extracted, each of the passengers will require a separate ambulance.
The hospital will be notified about this, that they have 4 injuries coming in. You can't just swamp a hospital with, 4 or 5 injuries at the one time. They need to know that these are coming in. So that's a big part of it as well. So there's lots of things happening on in the background while this is going on. The clean-up is a big part of it as well, because we don't want this area to cause a further incident later on. All of the debris that we remove from the vehicle, they'll actually put it back onto the vehicle. It makes for ease of removal later on from the rescue truck. So what will happen here now, the vehicle that's actually fending off and protecting the scene, that will remain here until the tow truck comes, until the guards have the road secure. That's it now. We have 4 casualties removed to hospital where they'll be further examined for possible spinal injuries.
Hello, fire ambulance service.
How you doing, number for the fire brigade, please?
No problem. What's on fire there?
I'm trying to find out. It's like it's something in somebody's garden, but it's as high as it could be an empty house.
What's it happened with park, is it?
Oh, yes, it's a very large fire. It's about 15 foot high now, this one.
Do you know what's on fire though?
I have no idea, and to be honest, I don't know if I want to go down there.
It's 1 a.m. and the fire and rescue crew from Finglas has arrived at a locked compound on Hampton Wood Drive, an abandoned building site, where a large fire is spreading through a network of containers. When responding to large or especially hazardous fires, The incident command system ensures safety and the most efficient use of resources. With 3 sector commanders and 15 crew at the scene, Incident Commander Greg Burnell will coordinate the entire operation.
Okay, we're just getting a report of a large container on fire with some chemicals on board, or some hazardous materials. So we're going now to investigate. There's 3 pumps there in attendance at the moment. The lads are taking precautions there now, and they're doing as much as they can to contain it. We'll be there now in about 2 minutes.
Sector Commander Joe Keena, one of the first officers to arrive, has already identified the first major concern.
Greg, how are you doing? Okay, we've Colin Murphy in charge of Sector 1. I'm Sector 2 at the back. Colin's water sector. The team gone into the back of the 45mm holes, locate and extinguish the fire, on a search for casualties. We got a guy in here a couple of months ago. This particular location that we responded to this evening, it's on one of these building sites that unfortunately the developer didn't have the opportunity to complete. We rescued somebody a number of months ago from these actual containers. The concern at the moment is that this fire may have started by accident and the person who started may actually still be inside and possibly asleep. We always have to be conscious of the fact that homeless people are looking for somewhere to take shelter, and this will be an ideal place for them.
An emergency tender from Dolphin's Barn is on the M11, headed for North Bray. Close behind is District Officer Colin McCarthy.
You have it at St. Gerard's School there, is that correct? Roger, received that, thank you. We're on our way out to Old Connaught Road. It's just at the back end of Bray, and the information we received is that there's been a road traffic collision, one vehicle's unstable and there's one person trapped in it. So we're heading out with the rescue truck from Dolphin's Barn, which will have specialist cutting equipment and extrication equipment on it.
At the building site in Finglas, crews are aware there could be someone possibly unconscious inside one of the burning containers. With the fire spreading fast, there's also a risk of hazardous material igniting.
This container here. So, this container's gone very well. There's no access from the first side. The best only way is to get a console and make a hole here.
From where? From this side here?
Yes.
Okay.
The door's ajar first side, but we can't get access, but it's going very well.
Zero Foxtrot, go ahead, 5-1 Alpha.
Have a compartment here going well. The crew can't get access to it. Anybody free out there to come around with a console to make a hole here at the back, please?
I'll try and get you some more resources, hold on. Okay, we have a difficulty with water. Just make sure there's nobody committed in there at the moment until we get water sorted, over.
Roger that.
I've made pumps for, we need more resources, over. Yeah, water on to Delta 5-1, please, water on. Foxtrot, go ahead, over. Yeah, we'll have water in about 2 minutes. Thank you very much, over. Delta 4-1 Alpha just informed me that he has a BA crew ready for you if you need them.
Roger that, you can send them around, please.
With the air thick with smoke and toxic fumes, all breathing apparatus crews are coordinated by the BA Entry Control Officer. In constant contact with his firefighters, the officer knows where every member of the team is, what they're doing, and how much air remains in each cylinder.
Go ahead, command support.
5-1 Alpha, be advised, fresh water supply delivered to you now.
Roger that, yeah. We're in the offensive mode now. We're carrying out primary search. Okay, Mark. Would you go in? A search for casualties in there, yeah? Search left, yeah. Have you got a radio? Cannon 3. Off you go. 5-1 Alpha, command.
Command support receiving.
So I'm committing a second team in here to carry out a search for casualties.
Command support that additional second BA team have made entry for search.
In zero visibility, firefighters rely on touch and movement patterns to search smoke-filled interiors. Here, searching for possible casualties in a dark maze of containers, they'll have to work fast. The air cylinders will only last 20 minutes.
Can you get us a sit rep from Team Bravo? Have they found any casualties?
Delta 3-1 Charlie have carried out a search and have found nothing.
Roger that, thanks very much. Yeah, Simon, anyone in there?
No, second team. Okay, you didn't...
Main search is clear. More senior fire down there. We're going to get down and see if we can find a way into it.
Okay, there's more fire down there, is there?
Yeah.
At this point, there's just one container left to be searched, but it's sealed shut, and time is running out.
Command support, would you have a look there in Sector 1? Is there a way of getting in there? There's a report of a pocket of fire from the BA team.
Message relay from Sector 1, no entry available from right-hand side of Sector 1, over.
Okay.
The window to the left.
Yeah.
If we can use the cod saw to cut that down to walk in, there's a door entering the left of that container we can use to get in.
Okay. Greg, there's a container in there that we haven't been in that's very hot. And we're just going to have to cut our way in. I think the doors are all blocked up from the outside. We can't even see them. Cut a hole in the wall. I think we can get it from the back.
As District Officer Colin McCarthy arrives in Bray, 3 fire and rescue units and a HSE ambulance crew are already at the scene of the crash. Cut free from the car, the injured driver will be stabilised and moved onto a longboard. Until the driver has been properly immobilised with head braces and rolled onto a spinal board, the paramedics will support his head and neck manually. Any sudden movement could result in paralysis. When cars roll, the risk of spinal injury is especially high. With advanced paramedic Jerry Condren coordinating, the driver is carefully strapped to the spinal board with his head and neck braced and supported. With the extent of the driver's injuries unclear and a chance he could lose consciousness en route to the hospital, an IV drip will need to be installed as soon as possible.
We liaised with HSE crew that was there to see if we could get IV access because he had previous histories of seizures.
Remember what happened to you?
Yeah, I do, yeah.
All right. What day is it today?
Saturday.
All right, good stuff.
We need to put a little needle into your arm, is that alright?
I'm tired of boys needle.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
All right.
It's just in case you have another
Shay,
seizure, okay? Just so I can give you
That's
something
it.
for the
All right.
seizure.
Stretch it out.
Good lad.
All right. Good lad.
Now have a look at me before it's going in.
The benefits of getting rapid IV access into a patient like this is that if they sort of re-seize, we can now give anti-seizure medications. The other benefits then is that just in case he had internal blood loss injuries, and we can give fluid replacements for something like that.
What they're doing at the moment is just tidying up the debris on the road so we can open up the road for other motorists, and the car is going to be removed by the guards, and hopefully the road will be open shortly. It looks very bad. The car was on its roof, but fortunately enough he wasn't injured seriously. So the guys cut the side of the car and took him out through the side and stabilised him on a spinal board, and he's been removed to hospital now at this stage.
There was a considerable amount of traffic damage to the car itself, and he was very, very fortunate. It happens quite frequently with high impact road traffic accidents. I've seen a good few in my career, and unfortunately there have been fatalities.
After an hour in offensive mode, searching for casualties on the abandoned building site in Finglas, the operation enters its final phase.
5-1 Alpha to command support. Yeah, will you update the DO there, please, that we're in offensive mode here in Sector 2. We're going to go defensive now. We have the fire under control. Fire's in its decay stages now. Okay, we're in the closing stages of the fire now. The fire has been brought under control. There's a primary search has been carried out inside in the structure itself for casualties. That has shown that there are no casualties inside. We followed that up with a secondary search in the event that a casualty may have been missed. No casualties have been found inside. Luckily tonight it was just a structural fire without persons reported. And it's a job well done, so it's down to us to wrap things up here and get ready for the next job tonight.